Okay, so I've had to explain to a few people how to make Mexican rice. I've tried to find the easiest way. I find this is the easiest way. We're going to be using a rice cooker. So I've cut out as many steps as possible to make this as easy as possible. And then I'll show you the actual traditional way to make Mexican rice. Really, really good Mexican rice. So let's get started. Let me just stick this here. Yes, I now have a tripod. Yay! Okay. So, and an apron. Cute? Yes? Yes. Okay. First of all, heat up the pan. Make sure the pan's hot. I already have it a little preheated. Put oil, any kind of oil, corn oil, vegetable oil. My grandma uses 100% corn oil. You can use that if you'd like. Okay? And I will show you, since this pan is hot. Let me grab a mitten. See, just enough to cover the bottom. And it's going to cover some of the rice. Now, since we're using a rice cooker, while your oil is heating up, go ahead and take, remember I said chicken broth? It's a brand new thing of chicken broth. Open that right up. Open this up. Remember I told you about the levels? Set it to level, I would set it to level 2. Because we're going to make 2 cups of rice. So there you go, you've set it to level 2. I don't know if you can see in there, but anyways, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, see my first video. This is my second video. Of course, like 10 years later, but better late than never. Okay, go ahead and plug it in so that your little warm button is on. Knock it down to cook. You want this to get really, really hot so that when you stick your hot rice in your rice cooker, everything's all nice and hot and it just stays hot, because otherwise it just won't come out good. Now, to test, to see if your oil is hot, hold on, my bag is, there we go. Put a couple of granules of rice right in there, so that when they start boiling and popping and fizzling and bubbling, aha, you see? The pop, that's good. Now, like I said, since we're using a rice cooker, we're using a rice cup. I'm using 1 and 2. Well, I'm not really filling them up all the way, but now you want to put onions. I already chopped these onions because I didn't want you guys to go through me chopping onions, seeing me cry. 2 things you can do with onions. You can either cut them really, really, really small. This is for people who don't like onions, which is most people. Cut them really, really small. Or you can make them really big and then take them out later. I happen to like onions, so I just kind of leave them. So let me move this closer to your view. It's just hot. Okay. So now, all you gotta do is let it cook. This step, unfortunately, unavoidable. If you were to put white rice, uncooked, in a rice cooker with tomato sauce, it will be white rice soup with tomato sauce. It's not going to come out Mexican rice. This does take a while to cook though, but you get the idea. I'm just going to do this part in real time so that you see how fast it goes, or how slow at least. What you're doing is you're browning the rice. And like I said, if you do it without onions, it just will not taste like Mexican rice. While it is cooking, get your can of tomato sauce ready. Tomato. Let me throw this back this way. That little thing is hot, so I use the spoon. This is the pretty standard size. Whenever you go to any kind of supermarket, I just get the whatever supermarket brand. It's the 8-ounce can. See? 8 ounces. Okay. I don't have a set measurement for this. So what I do is I put a third. Now, if you don't know what a third is, I'm going to have a pen here. You cut 2 lines, 1 and 2, okay, so that they're like kind of equal parts, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you put the first top, and you put the rest in the refrigerator. If you don't put the rest in the refrigerator, you will forget, and then you'll end up. And don't forget that it's in the refrigerator too, because then you get like a moldy mess and like a glass cup. Never, ever, ever put the can in the refrigerator, because it's not good for stuff to be sitting inside the can in the refrigerator, because it's just not good. Okay, so that's ready. The can at least. This is starting to get brown, and I'll show you what I mean by brown. See how the top is white? This is for unexperienced cooks. Okay, see how they're getting brown? The brownness, oh, I can smell the onions. It smells really, really good. Give it a quick toss. Now that it's started browning, it'll go a lot faster. Another reason why I told you to make sure the chicken broth is already hot is so that when you stick the rice in the water, it doesn't burn you so much, because it will burn. It's going to bubble. Any kind of water and oil, it burns and it bubbles, and they don't like to be together. So just know that too. Also, I use chicken broth because you'll see in my next video on how to make like normal Mexican rice, you're going to need to use spices. And spices complicate things. So this is seriously like the least amount of ingredients to make the best tasting rice. Okay. Now that it's nice and brown, I don't like it too brown. I just want to make sure that all the rice is nice and crispy. Okay. So, however you want to measure the third, you can go ahead and measure the third. I kind of know by hand how to pour. You are going to need a mitt. Make sure you have a glove. Make sure you have it, because you're going to burn yourself and then you're going to blame me. Okay. So, what it is just enough to cover every granule of rice. That's all you want. Just enough to cover every little piece of rice. Now, since there's still oil in there, which is why it's important that you don't put too much oil, it probably might start popping and it will probably start burning you. It is at this point, of course, because I'm awesome and I put the exact amount of oil that I need. No, that just comes with experience. It's not burning. I don't have it that hot either. Go ahead, uncover this. It's already cooking, remember? Go ahead and with everything, very super carefully and slowly. And that's why I have an apron, because it's going to make a mess. Just remember that. Here, I'll do it this way so you can kind of see. Drop by drop, little by little. Don't worry if the oil goes in there, it's okay. Just make sure you don't have that much oil to start with. Non-stick pans are good. The water level is going to go up higher. Don't worry about that. I know that there are some OCD people out there that's going to be like, you said fill it to level 2 and now it's at level 3. That's fine. You need extra oil or extra water anyway. See, I'm OCD because I need every single grain of rice. For your sake, I won't actually put every single grain of rice. I'm just going to put like the most majority. Okay, I'm going to stick this over here. Now, another ingredient that you need, like the onions, is salt. Salt. You need to put salt. If you don't put salt, it's going to taste just absolutely bizarre. So, usually, I sprinkle salt in. But, I figured out you can use a big spoon. And let me move this out of the way now. You can turn off. I don't need you. Move this up forward. This is going to be hot, so remember that. Take a big spoon. That's about the amount you need. looks like a lot, it's not, trust me. So you just kind of sprinkle that in there. If that seems too much, then don't use that much. That's fine too. Okay? Need salt. Now, this is a luxury ingredient. If you have it, put it in because it will taste good. It is cumin. Looks green. Smells really good. You need a tiny bit. This is what you can do. Of course, if you think this is unsanitary, don't use your finger, but my hands are washed. You just didn't see that part. I assure you, I promise you my hands are washed. I'm not Typhoid Mary here. Okay, you literally need like that much. It goes in, have your salt, you have your cumin, whatever you want to call it. Okay? This is how the soup of the rice will look inside of your rice cooker. And that's it. The laziest way to make Mexican rice possible laziest way, with the least amount of ingredients. And it will taste like authentic Mexican rice. Alright, well, that's that. And you know what, I'll come back real quick once this is done, show you what it looks like. You make it look all fluffy, let it puff. It'll look very nice. Anyways, I'll show you that in a minute. Okay? Hold on. Alrighty then. My little machine tells me that it's ready. Here we go. Let's put this aside. Let's look inside. Ooh, nice and orange. Juicy. Fluffy. That's how it's supposed to look like right there. See the onions? Onions are yummy too. Let's try. Hot. Perfect. Oh my god. Perfect. Okay. Try this. For real. Just do it. Just try it because it's really... I need a bowl. I can't put the spoon back on there, so... Alright. I'm gonna enjoy. You enjoy. And... I don't know what to make next, so... You tell me. Alright? See you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.